this, let's see. Go to YouTube. I'll be right there in just a moment if you've already tuned in today.
I spent my entire
I wish I could make this not do this. Whenever I open YouTube, it opens to something playing, and I don't. I think I have autoplay set or something, and I absolutely do not want that to happen. If I'm at a club or something and I open up YouTube to look at something, whatever, I don't want people around me to have to be interrupted. Okay, let's go to my channel. Let's view all. Let me see, do I have a... If I go to my channel, playlists, your videos. I don't know why it doesn't give me a playlist. I don't want your videos, I guess. Should show, oh, there we go. I have to do all that. So this is not showing the live stream that I'm running right now. That's interesting. Oh, because I'm not going live. Yeah, I am. Let's see. I don't have a refresh button on my phone. Let's go back to videos. I'm only doing this because I want to share this video with the guy that owns this guitar. Most recent. So I'm streaming right now live on YouTube, and on my own phone I can't even find my own live stream right now. It was public, I believe. Yeah. Let's see, if I do a search for MIM Strat slash final test. So I'm searching YouTube for my live stream. Okay, there I am. So I had to do all that. It doesn't show me when I watch my own. Hey Falcro, what's up, man? I'm just sharing this with the guy that owns this guitar. Let me mute that. I'm gonna stop that. Okay, so I've shared that now. You know, it's just too much work to do. Oops, so much work to do this. Let's see. Give me a second. Oh, I don't have. I gotta type his phone number in. And I think this young man has given me the phone number. I think it's 3907. He gave me a phone number, and his handwriting looks like, I can't tell if it's a 4 or a 9. Let's see, I'm done typing that, so let me paste that in there. And I need to... So there we go. Oh my God. Okay. So I'm hoping that this text goes through to him, because sometimes the phone numbers people leave for me, I have lots of clients that leave me phone numbers that don't work and things like that. So thanks for tuning in. I'm just playing this thing a little bit. Again, this is only for his sake, because I've gotten done with this thing, and it has a lot of problems. Or it had a lot of problems. This Strat has been heavily modified. I doubt this is the original neck. I doubt almost any of the parts in it are new. I know this is not the bridge that came on the guitar. I have no. The pick guard's been changed. So somebody went to modify this guitar pretty heavily, and some of the parts actually don't fit the guitar. The whammy bar absolutely does not work. It's unfortunate, but it would take some serious modification to the body of this guitar to give it enough room for the whammy bar to work. So what I've done is I've just locked it down to the body of the guitar. So you can bend it forward, but it will never return to its proper position where it starts. So we'll hope that this thing holds tune. I have played it a little bit. Okay, now the reason this guitar came in was because the nut was broken, and I have replaced it with a brand new Tusk nut, and the corners are nice and rounded off, so it feels good. I might need to do a little more work on that one. This is just a playthrough ultimately. Has pretty decent Fender machine heads. Stretch the strings out. These are 9 Ernie Ball. This set of strings right here, super slinkies. I've had to shim the neck severely downhill because of the different bridge being on this. So pretty steep tilt to get this bridge to work right, so that the adjustment screws aren't poking you in the hand. I polished the frets, cleaned the fingerboard, adjusted the pickup height. I didn't find anything wrong with any of the electronics in this. The output jack is great. It's an output jack, not an input jack. And I do have the back off of the guitar, and it came in, I believe it came in without a case, so I won't be able to send it home in a case. And again, I literally put strings on it about a half an hour. Yeah, it was a half an hour ago, and stretched them all out. Feels really nice to play. The pickups are really nice. They're single coils, so there is a little bit of noise. You can hear the hum from the amplifier. It's a neck pickup, neck and middle, and the noise goes away. Really nice. Really nice stratty tone. Middle pickup, again, noise. And then the middle and bridge position pickup, again, noise is gone now. Again, I put strings on this about a half hour ago, and it's really, I mean, I'm sitting here bending notes and playing chords and things on it, and it's staying in tune really, really well. Now, before I go any further, I'm going to use my snark. I know I have the snark on the headstock. I'm going to retune this thing. Sheen heads work really, really well. Very accurate. No dead spots or anything like that. There's an open E major. Zero vibrations when it's in tune. And here's a D. Very nicely in tune, and I can play the same chord up here, and it's still about as close as you can get with intonation. There are no perfectly intonated guitars. If I play an E, these lower strings seem to hold intonation and sound a little better, but if I play a bar chord, in tune. The intonation on this had to move a lot. The intonation on this thing was extremely sharp. All these saddles were way too close to the new nut, but that could be because of the new nut. Happy Wednesday. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. God, you guys are great about that. I'm not real good about that because my social media activity is not very high. I used it for a long time and decided I lived for 43 years without it, and I just don't need it anymore. It's unhealthy for me, ultimately. That's social media. YouTube, not so much. I have a much better choice of what I watch, an easier choice of what I watch and what I'm exposed to. Sparky, hello, man. Hey, I've got a members only stream coming up this afternoon, and I'm hoping that maybe some of you always share. Oh, dude, I appreciate that, Snook. That's so kind of you to do that. I'm doing a members only stream this afternoon at 4 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. I live on the West Coast. And it might be kind of fun, and I hopefully can get some folks to show up to help me and put their input into what I'm going to play on Friday this week. Really have a really cool show coming up. So again, this is just you want to be a mod. Cyberslide. Why would you so badly want to be a mod? I gotta pose a question. Smart. Well, that doesn't sound like a very kind thing to say, but I'm going to let that one go. This is my channel, and I can do what I want. And I do have a mod here, so I prefer people to be kind and not say stuff like that. But you know, you can say what you want. You know. So you've had enough of my attention. So let's get to playing this thing. All right, give me just a moment here. Let's see. There we go. Let's see. There we go. Okay. So let's move on with this. Playing these 3 chords over and over and over again. Yeah, I've opened my live streams up to. I've opened my live stream up to anyone right now. Yeah, Sparky. So we'll give you all a better look at this thing. Now, the young man who owns this guitar, it's the first time I've done any work for him, and I've spit all over his guitar, which makes the guitar worth a whole lot more. It's got my DNA on it, right? Beautiful, kind of a blue-purple color. Let me see how. Yeah, the color on I had to time somebody out. I don't want to have somebody getting in here and just randomly putting religious stuff on my live streaming. You know, dude, you're welcome to come in and comment if you want, but just let's not do that stuff. I want to go into my video properties here and see if I can maybe help this this guitar look a little more a little more like what it looks like. So air camera control. Let's see. So we're gonna do that. So it should be a little better focus, and the exposure, that's better. Now the white balance is why the guitar is not looking the color that it really is. It needs a bit more purple. Yeah. I'm doing my best here. Maybe a little more contrast. And, I don't know. More color set. No. Yeah, that's pretty close. That's a pretty good. That's a pretty good actual idea of what this guitar looks like. I know it didn't change much, but it is a made in Mexico Strat as far as I know. I don't know if this is the original neck. I know that this is not the original pickguard. I know that this is not the original bridge. If it was, it would work. I'm going to show you a couple things. I had to do a lot on this thing because I was really doing my best to make this thing work, and then I discovered that the whammy bar is not the proper fit. So real quick, I had to remove a little bit of the pick guard. The whammy bar was the bridge was actually resting. You can see where I've removed a little bit of that pick guard. It looks pretty sweet. And the guitar was actually, it's funny because there's some scratches right next. It was already scratched right there. So, but it was also touching at this corner. And you can imagine on a whammy bar, if you know anything about the physics of a Strat style whammy bar, which is one of the greatest inventions in guitar history, you know, having that make contact with anything can really impede the return to zero, ultimately where it starts, and maybe being able to bend the note. So it was really bad. And it doesn't work, and I'll show you why. There's not enough room. Now it is buried, but if I loosen these screws, this is pulled up all the way against the block of the body, but loosening these screws and allowing the bar to tilt, there is still some material, I believe, in the top of the guitar that is keeping the whammy bar from returning to zero, ultimately, where it should start and stop. So I know that probably doesn't make a whole lot of sense to some folks, but yeah, I've had the neck off of this thing several times to get the shims right. It does have nearly a 1/16 inch of shim in this neck pocket, so that's one of the thickest shims I've ever put in a guitar. But that allowed me to get the string action proper. Neck relief is set at 1/8 of an inch here at the 7th fret. So I've got a little bit of neck relief. This is a brand new Tusk nut that I just did the nut work on this morning, cut the nut slots. And again, the machine heads, the last thing I do is cut the strings off, just because inevitably if I cut the strings off, I will have to take them off the guitar again. And try and get strings on the guitar after you've cut them off, that sucks. Right, so it ain't my first rodeo, as you all probably know. I work on guitars every day. I also adjusted the pickup height, and the pickups sound really good. It sounds like a Strat. Really beautiful guitar. Thank you, Charlie. Yeah, this thing really shaped up. I mean, I couldn't play it when it came in. It was unplayable. And I did take care of a little bit of fret sprout, some people call it, I call it cheese grater frets. They were a little sharp along the edges, so I did a little bit of that also on this guitar. And again, this, let me see if that, I don't know if that text went through to the owner of this guitar. I want to make sure. I don't know if that went to him or not. Message, yeah, okay, so it's, again, I can't tell the number from a 4 from a 9. So I need to correct that. Let me go back. I want to share this with the owner of this guitar, so please be patient with me while I do this. I'm going to do this again. I'm going to dial his number, and done. And let's see. So you can see what I've done. This is a brand new client with your Strat. I like to communicate as best I can, and fortunately I have time to do this sort of thing at my business because it's good for business. People love this stuff. So quarters, the ring and hardtail, yeah. Yeah, this one I'm just using the springs to lock it down, and I'm not putting a bar back in it. It did not have a bar when it got here. Let's get this camera. My camera guy is he's a heavy drinker, I gotta tell you. So he has a hard time keeping up with me. So we'll just play a little bit on this thing. I'm just gonna make something up. I haven't put any overdrive on it yet, so I have no idea how it will respond. I want to grab a whammy bar when I'm playing a Strat. Great. This delay is a little bit much. Let's try a little bit of overdrive. And again, neck pickup, neck and center, center and bridge, and then bridge. I see that on the bench. That is one that's been here for a bit. We're having a really hard time diagnosing and having enough time to actually work on it. It is a Classic 20, PV Classic 20, and unfortunately that does belong to one of my students, but the time that I have to work on it is just, it would be great to have a few more techs around, but it's a PV Classic 20, and we've done some discovery on it and figured out a lot of what's going on with that thing, but we still have not nailed it down and gotten it fixed. And I think Sparky, what's a good aftermarket output jack for my telly? I should just stick to Fender. Boy, that's a great question. I haven't had CTS is their products are just fantastic. So I'm yeah, something's popping slightly. Let me check my it might be that I'm overdriving this mic if I play my guitar. No, I'm not overdriving the mic. Yeah, I wouldn't know where the popping is coming from. I don't have any, I'm not using an audio interface for this. This is just a camera mic. So I don't know where that would be coming from. And you know, it's interesting that, you know, this stuff is happening. I've done streams for years now and not had much or any problems to speak of, really, and then all of a sudden right now I start having these issues. We'll see today when I'm at home on my main computer, my members stream. We'll hope that it, and also what you're hearing might be my pick against the strings. I don't have a direct signal from my guitar, and I'm also stepping on buttons down here that let's see. So let's see, what can I come up with here. After all that abuse, the thing is still holding tune really well. Okay, cool. Andy, I appreciate you telling me about this stuff. If there's anything wrong with my streams, I really love to hear it. I try and do that for other folks without, you know, and your input is very respected. You have great streams. I have no idea why my stuff went to shit this last week, but it seems like I've gotten it repaired. So I don't have a lot of time to do this stream, so I do have to end this today, but this was more just for the owner. So I appreciate everything that everybody has said in here, and I did put a guy in timeout today. I haven't had to do that for a long time, but I don't like to do it, but you know, sometimes we need that. I don't want negativity on my what do you think of the Switchcraft Alpha Jacks? Switchcraft, yeah, or CTS. That's CTS. Double click and won't pull out. Yeah, those are great ones. This one actually, I haven't even looked at it, but it's pretty solid. So Switchcraft is what, with pots and output jacks and electronic switches, that's what I use in my own guitars. So Switchcraft definitely, and I need to put them in my channel description as a thank you, because they do help me out quite often at my bench. I use a lot of their products. Sometimes the thing about Switchcraft, and we're talking about a volume pot, we're talking $10, right? But sometimes musicians are on such a shoestring, tiny budget that they don't want to spend that extra money for a better quality product. They just want something that works that costs $3 instead of $10. So I'm faced with having to use, we'll call them inferior products. For instance, I will show you. Here's a. Now, also when I show this to you, you know that this is not something that I use in every single guitar, but this has saved the day many times. Yep. Look at all of these pots. I mean, they range, you can see, you know, on the A is audio taper, B and C, they have different tapers for their throw. There's some new knobs in here if we need them, and I think these are caps for the pots. I'm not sure. I haven't used any of these yet, but this little box right here, yeah, I have to assume that's what they're for, to protect them from maybe being grounded against something. I haven't used them. If you know what these are all about, oops, that one's stuck on there now. They don't come off real easy. If you know what those are all about, let me know. What is this? This is C100K. Or, yeah, so I got to make sure to put it back in the right spot. So this little thing, very affordable, volume or potentiometers, I should say. They're not just volume. And you know, if I get somebody that brings one in, or more importantly, where this has come in is when we've had working musicians come in to play in our town, our hometown here, and they break something, and that has saved the day. Now, this type of jack is something that I've used a lot of. These are really good quality. It's LKG Industries. They're made in Taiwan, but they're fantastic. They work great. Hello, Yad Vav. Welcome to my channel. I don't think I've ever seen it. Fender Snob. Yeah. Sonic Spires now. Good for you. My number one Strat is a 1978 Fender Strat, and I appreciate a good Strat user, and so, you know, or even a bad Strat user, just Strat users in general. Who's a bad Strat user, really? If you're playing, you're playing. Who cares if you're any good at all, right? It's better time spent than doing. I can't think of much else that's more productive and creative and helping mine, and I love working on them. So this one is all done. I've got to get, which one am I at now? Oh, I've got a Taylor GS Mini, and I will show that guitar to you real quick, and I've got to get to work on that one. So give me just a minute. I'll show you that guitar and what I'm going to do with it. So this little guy, this is no joke. This is a really, really beautiful little guitar, and I don't play a lot of acoustic guitar on my channel. I'm more of an electric guy, I guess. So don't hate me for that. But let's tune this thing up. The string action on this. When you see this, you're gonna be shocked. If you're a guitar player, let me. This is gonna blow your mind. And I'm not going to get a lot done on this one, but this is a GS Mini. This is a Koa, top, back, and sides. Yes, it's Koa. Indeed, Taylor doesn't mess around even with their GS Minis. It has a bolt-on neck, which I'm grateful for, because I can pull the neck off of this thing and actually fix the problem with this. But let me see if I can give you a good idea of this poor guy's having to play this thing. I got to keep Sheryl Crow out of the video. Hoping you can see how high off of the fingerboard this poor guy is having to push on the work. He's working so hard. So just a neck angle change will fix it. And so I'm just sitting down to kind of evaluate it. I mean, I can see that the neck angle is totally wrong, but I haven't measured anything yet. Yeah, I think that video, just play, yep. Also, this thing has really heavy gauge strings on it. I'm guessing when I say heavy, probably 13s. And this thing is hard to play. I think I strummed it when he brought it in. Yeah, I do too. I don't spend a lot of time playing acoustic because I mean, I don't make a living playing guitar, but I'm pretty close. This thing is really hard to play. Hard to play. I don't even want to play it. I mean, I always go to the campfire guitar playing sessions. You know, when you go camping and you take your guitar with you, and of course you should always take an extra set of strings anywhere you have a guitar with you, but far too many guys don't do that. But nonetheless, if I was sitting around a campfire and I didn't have a guitar with me for whatever reason, I left it back at camp, or I just took a walk and somebody was playing guitar, and if they handed me this thing, if I was in the middle of nowhere, I would. It's so bad, and me being such a guitar, I have really nice instruments that are all set up really nice, and they all play really well. And if you've ever been at my home and played one of my guitars, you know, the Falcro can testify. Yeah, but you got to be able to play it. Yeah, and this, I'm just going to give you a measurement real quick. Here's the measurements. I'm measuring with my measuring device, right? We're going to measure in 64ths of an inch. The string action at the 12th fret is 10, 11 64ths, and that's on the bass E string, and on the treble E string it is 8/64. So we're gonna do the math here real quick. Now what it should be is 5/64, and that's even high on a Taylor. So it's 6/64. It's literally twice as high as it should be. And it's twice as high on the treble E string. So to play a note right here, I'm having to move that string physically twice as far as it needs to. As is technically what you could get away with. So I get the high action tone thing, but this is almost unplayable. Right? Yeah, I get, dude, believe me, I understand that, Yod. Best practice. Yeah, guitar around the campfire is the best. Yep, spent my childhood doing that. I was lucky. So, I have to, I'm going to end this stream and get to work on this one, and I may come back tomorrow and show you what's been accomplished on this instrument. But it's in really bad shape. Practice. Yeah, never practice, just play. The more time you spend playing, and that's a very good way to put it, you build trust in yourself, I think, rather than confidence. You trust yourself that you can play this song and you know you can play it and it sounds good, yeah. Oh, Spring Valley, okay, yeah. Oh, Chris Carter, okay. I don't know if I've met him. I met Bob Taylor at their mill up in northern Washington, right this side of Canada. And the other, who's the other guy? I think he went out on his own recently. He's got a real great, I'll avoid saying that. He's got a really great name, though. But I've met Robert. And, you know, it's interesting. My guitar is old enough. He's gone to signing, well, the stamp on the guitar is now Bob Taylor. My Taylor, and I own a Taylor. I have a Taylor 414. It's a 1999 model, so it's fairly old. But he signed it actually with a pen back in even in that time. He was still signing them, so that was pretty cool. Yeah, isn't that wicked? I hate doing lacquer, so I've got to get going, you guys. Tune in this. Well, you folks won't, unless you're a member of my channel, you won't be able to tune in this afternoon. I have to do some members, not have to, I want to do some members only to hopefully reward those guys and maybe them to help me make some decisions on a guitar solo that I have to play this weekend. So I get to compose that, and it's going to be fun. So I've got to go. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I think that Strat is pretty good to go. I'm feeling really great about it. Unfortunately, there are parts on it that I can't. We'd have to swap out a lot of stuff, and the money involved in that would be just way too expensive. I would tell him to buy a new guitar, like a Squier Strat, if he needs to have a Strat. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Thanks, Falcro. Hey, you guys have a really great Wednesday, and I'll be live a little later on tonight if you're a member of my channel. So feel free to join, hit the thumbs up, subscribe. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. I'm at 57% unsubscribed that watch my channel. And I think this month alone I have somewhere in the neighborhood of 38,000 hours of view time. Something like that. So don't ask me who's watching my channel, but they aren't subscribed. So feel free to subscribe because it's nice to see that. And you guys, I'm sneaking up on that 2,000 sub number. I've been doing this for 12 years, so it's taken a long time to get there. But I'm working on it. Maybe one of these days I can just keep a camera on going all day long. You can watch me all day at work fixing guitars because that's what I do. Have a great day. It was great to meet you, Yod. Sparky, thanks for coming in. Independent, Falcro. Let's see, who else was here? Just want to make sure. Oh, Snooks. Charlie, thank you for coming in today, popping in. I appreciate it. You guys really have a great day. All right, peace.